This Christmas sleep meditation story is set in a mythical village known as the Haven, and is one of many stories you can find in our Haven series. In a few moments' time, you will embark on a pleasant and gentle journey of visualization that will take place within your mind. To begin your festive journey, find a comfortable place where you'll not be disturbed, and sit or lie down. Close your eyes and take a few long, deep breaths, allowing yourself to relax. Now, just fall into a natural breathing pattern and enjoy this festive, immersive experience. When you step out of the front door of your cottage, you feel the crisp bite of the air in your lungs. A wintry sun shines from a cloudless sky, and the bare branches of the trees are like drawings against the pale blue. You open your gate into the lane and pause for a moment. You can faintly smell wood smoke and the prickling scent of frost that spangles the dropped leaves like Christmas baubles. Thinking of Christmas, everyone in the village has decided they want a quiet time in their homes, beside their warm fires, just relaxing, and you are glad of it. The old lady has invited you for Christmas Eve tea, just you and a couple of friends. Now, you have decided to walk to the village shop to pick up a few things. You make your way through the small wood opposite your cottage. The path is dry and the ground strewn with fallen leaves. Here and there, the deep green leaves of snowdrops and bluebells wait in the cold, sleeping until spring. The little stream chuckles away to itself as you cross the small bridge and take the winding track. Somewhere a robin twitters and dead twigs fall, but otherwise it is silent and open. The leafless trees are lattice against the winter sky. The field of the standing stones is white with frost, except for the area around the stones themselves, which always feels warmer. You greet the stones as if they are old friends, laying a hand upon one and feeling, as you always do, the tingle of power in your fingers. You feel that the energy is benign, and when you mentioned it to the old lady, she laughed and said that of course it was, for you, and for all of the village, but they were also guardians of the place. It was one of the reasons, she said, that the Haven was a true haven, a safe place. You go through the gate, onto the village street. Some of the windows show cheerful decorations and festive lights. Ribbons of smoke drift up from a few chimneys. A couple of the villagers are out and about, warmly wrapped up, and give you friendly waves. The shop is always warm and welcoming. The little tea garden will not be open until the weather is warmer, but inside the shopkeeper has placed chairs for people who want to sit and chat or rest, and they will always offer a warm drink. You are here today because back in the autumn, the shopkeeper said she would make you a special Christmas cake, and it's now ready. As you are having Christmas Eve tea with the old lady, you have decided that you'll take the cake to her cottage and share it. The shopkeeper smiles and asks you to wait just a moment while she fetches the cake. It is carefully packaged in a box, and she hands it over the counter. Thanking her, you leave once again, taking the route this time down past the old inn and the harbour. The tide is in, and the sea is still glittering a cold blue like the sky, and none of the boats are out. The inn is open, and sometimes you like to stop there, but today you have things to do. So you follow the lane around, back toward your own house. The hedges are bright with berries, and a flock of small birds tussle along them, searching for food. The meadows sparkle with frost. The lane slopes gently upward, curving to the right. You can see the old lady's rambling cottage with its pretty gardens, now quiet in the middle of winter, and the thatched roof. Later you will walk back down the lane to tea, but now you return to your own home. You see, above the fairy wood, that a line of dark clouds is advancing, and the wind is beginning to get up, whispering in the trees. It has a chill bite, and you can smell a scent like cold, dusty metal in the air that heralds the approach of snow. Inside your cottage, it is warm and peaceful. The lights of the Christmas tree glint softly, and the decorations gleam in the firelight. Outside, the day darkens into a grey dusk. it is time to walk down to the old lady's cottage, and you put on your outdoor clothes and open the door. There is no snow yet, but as you step into the lane, you feel a brief, icy touch on your face that melts away, and you know the snow will not be long in falling. You turn, and there, not far away, standing in the middle of the lane, is the white stag. In the gloom, it shines almost silver, and hot breath plumes from its nostrils as it tosses its head up. It strikes one hoof upon the tarmac, as if impatient, and you know that it is here as an escort through the dark evening. You raise a hand, smiling a little. The haven is perfectly safe, but there is a sense of caring in this which is heartwarming and also quite magical. You know from the old lady that very few people in and around the village have ever seen the white stag. It acts as a point of light in the dusk as you follow it down the lane, and it waits beside the gate to the old lady's cottage. Then, bowing its head, it melts away into the night. The old lady welcomes you cheerfully and leads you into the big kitchen dining room, which smells wonderful. The table is already set for tea, and the kettle steams on the hob. She takes your coat and hat and gloves to hang up, and then joins you at the table, pouring hot drinks. You offer her the cake box, and she beams and thanks you, saying that you can have it after tea. For a while, you sip your drink and talk. She says that the snow will arrive tonight. It is cozy and quiet in her kitchen, with the gentle tick of her old clock and the quiet, friendly atmosphere. There are bunches of herbs hanging from the roof: lavender, sage, and rosemary. After your drink, she gets up and bustles around, getting food out of the warming oven and laying it on the table. When you hear a knock on the door, she smiles and goes to answer it. Her visitor is someone you do not recognize, or you think you don't, yet he does look familiar. He is a big, ruddy-faced man in a knitted sweater. He has a luxuriant white beard and eyes that positively twinkle set amid deep laughter lines. He gives you a smile as he sits down and rubs his hands at the sight of the food. After your walk in the cold, you are ready for the tea, which is delicious and warming. As you all eat, you hear the wind rising, howling about the chimneys and the corners of the cottage. The white-bearded man and the old lady seem to know one another quite well. They banter and laugh gently and draw you into the conversation. You find yourself talking to them about the haven and the places you have been. The man nods at your words and exchanges a smile with the old lady. He says that there is no doubt that some people are especially blessed and see things that no one else does. With the main meal finished, the old lady ushers you both into her living room and brings in the cake. It is a cozy room with the fire flickering and holly twining along the mantelpiece. Lamps cast a soft glow over everything, and candles burn in glass holders. There is a faint scent of spices. As you cut the cake, the man smiles and says that he hasn't seen a special Christmas cake in a very long time. He tells you that long ago, these were baked with little gifts placed in the mixture. It was very lucky to find one, but he says, as no one wants to crack a tooth, you must be careful. You carefully use a fork to separate it into pieces, and as you eat it, it melts in your mouth. It's only when you reach the last piece that you see something shining and separated from the cake. It is a silver star, large enough to be a pendant. Taking a napkin, you wipe it free of crumbs and hold it up to look. The shape is quite simple, but it is intricately and delicately carved with shapes of leaves and ivy, and set with tiny gems that flash in the firelight. Now that, the old man says, is very lucky indeed. He says you wouldn't find that in any jeweller's shop out in the wide world. No human hand crafted it. The old lady winks at you and pours hot drinks. You all settle back in your chairs, relaxing after the meal and the cake. You know you will have questions later, and also that they are not always directly answered, but you have time. There is always time in the haven. You close your eyes and listen to the wind and are almost dozing off when the old man stretches and sighs and says he must be off. Tonight is a busy night. He opens the curtains and you see snow whirling past in the dark. Turning back to you, he says that he knows your home is only up the lane, but he will take you there. The old lady nods in agreement, and you go into the hall to put on your coat. You step out into the snowstorm. While you are enjoying your evening, snow has settled thickly on the frozen ground, and you are glad of the old man's offer. It is only when you see the sleigh outside, the reindeers harnessed to it, that you realize just who is offering to see you back to your home. He helps you into the sleigh, and as it moves away, the old lady waves from her door, smiling. She calls out that she will see you tomorrow and to sleep well. You don't know if the sleigh floats or travels on the snow. It doesn't take long before it pulls up outside your house and Santa Claus gets out to see you in. Further up the lane, you see the white stag standing, as if ensuring that you are safely back. Santa Claus lifts his hand and gives a slight bow, and the white stag lowers his head in acknowledgement. You smile as you say goodbye and close your door. Your house is peaceful, welcoming, as if it had been waiting for you. You go upstairs and look out of the bedroom window, seeing the driving snow, but also, you think, a glow over the fairy wood, and then a climbing trail of light as Santa's sleigh rises into the night. Despite everything, you yawn. It's been quite an evening. You wash the silver star in the bathroom and place it on the bedside table, and then climb into bed. The scent and comfort of the freshly washed linen seems to immediately draw you towards sleep. Your head sinks into the pillow, and you stretch and yawn again. Tomorrow it will be Christmas Day, and the old lady will come to help you cook before you both settle down for a meal and cozy talk. But tonight, Santa's sleigh will ride the sky, and you begin to drift into sleep, thinking you hear the silvery sound of bells. You think of white stags in a winter forest and silver stars as your muscles relax, become soft, and the wind blows outside.